Greg, we talked about it earlier in the hour, but what are some things, money's a little tight, and I've got this great home equity that I'd like to tap into. What should I consider before I borrow from myself, my home equity?
Well, there's a number of things to consider, and what we find most is that people get in a confused and difficult decision-making moment in their life when they haven't done any prior preparation. They haven't developed that budget, that financial plan, the whole 9 yards, the whole reason why we do this show. So, first and foremost, folks, you've got to be on top of your overall financial plan, know where you're at, know what your goals are, etc., before you can make an assessment on this. But as things get tight and you realize that one of the easiest places or the most abundant places that you have to tap into is your home equity, then number one, you want to look at rates. Take a look at the interest rates. Interest rates have been low. You may be at an interest rate that's lower than what you can get currently, and you may be moving backwards by tapping into that home equity, or perhaps you can save a little money with a refinance while tapping into that home equity so you get a dual benefit. That's a big one. If you need cash out and you can lower your rate, the great thing is you can compensate for some of that cash out with the interest you're going to save. Another big one, costs. Taking out a mortgage is going to sometimes cost you a lot of money depending on what state you live in. Sometimes there's attorneys involved and a whole lot of extra fees. Some states have lower costs than others. In most cases, if you work with the right lender, you can get a loan without any fees or costs. The lender can absorb some of those costs. They probably will charge you a higher interest rate to do so, but that may be your best bet. Again, you go back to that break-even formula that I always talk about every show. Go to lifeasyouownit.com and check out the break-even formula. But costs are a big factor you have to take into consideration. Let's look at time. Think about how much time you've got left on your mortgage, how much longer you're going to plan on staying in that home. Might make more sense to take out home equity line of credit. May make more sense to do another mortgage and extend that time period out. But only you can make that determination when you've looked at your short and long-term goals. Just a couple of other things. This is tax benefits, folks. A lot of times borrowing money from your home equity is going to be the most tax-efficient money that you can borrow. Taking out a personal loan or a line of credit, using other types of credit, likely will not be tax deductible, whereas depending on following the IRS guidelines, and you've got to know what they are, I won't go into them now with the limited time we have, if you follow along those guidelines and you've got that benefit, especially there's always that $100,000 one-time benefit. Your exemption is $100,000. Anything above that, you need to talk to a tax preparer, CPA, accountant. But anyway, folks, it's tax-efficient money you're borrowing. Another big. All right, Mark, what else?